Slowpitch softball is a bat and ball game that shares many basic rules with the game of baseball. It is played by 2 teams of 10 players each, with 5 men and 5 women making up a team. The teams take it in turn to bat and field. Each play within the game starts when a pitcher pitches the ball to a batter stood at home plate. The batter hits the ball, then runs around as many of the other bases as they can before the ball is retrieved and returned under control by the defensive team. Unless the batter hits the ball so far that they can run around all the bases before it is returned, a home run, they will have to stop at one or more of the bases on their way round, then wait for the next batter to hit the ball so they can advance further. The fielding side try to get the batters and runners out. A run is scored each time a player on the batting team advances round all the bases back to where they started. The aim of the game is to score more runs than the opposition. A softball pitch is contained within a 90-degree angle. It's often called a diamond because the central part of the playing field, the infield, is diamond-shaped. The outfield extends from the infield to a boundary, either actual or notional. The green-grey area on screen is known as fair territory. This is where most of the action takes place. The bright green area is foul territory, where some limited action can take place. Everything beyond this area is called dead ball territory. If the ball goes into this area, all action stops.
The diamond has a base at each corner, starting with home plate, a 5-sided piece of rubber guarded by the batter, then the 3 other bases, first, second and third. During the game, the batter tries to advance round the bases in order before returning to home plate.
The fielding team try to catch or stop any balls hit, with the aim of preventing players from the batting team from advancing round the bases and scoring runs. A team in the field can be divided into 2 groups, infielders and outfielders. There are normally 6 infielders, and each plays a distinct role. The pitcher pitches the ball to the batter from the pitcher's plate. The catcher is stationed behind home plate at the start of each play. The first base player guards the area near first base. This is a busy position, as many balls will be thrown to first base in an attempt to put batters out who are running from home to first. The second base player guards the rest of the right side of the infield between first base and second base. The third base player guards the area near third base. The shortstop guards the rest of the left side of the infield between the second and third bases. Outfield positions are not quite so rigidly defined as infield positions. In general, however, the left fielder will play in left field, and the left centre fielder will play to the left of the centre field area, the right centre fielder to the right of the centre field area, and the right fielder will play in right field.
Play begins when the pitcher releases the ball. The batter then has to decide whether or not to hit the pitch ball. If they don't swing, then a good pitch, a legal delivery that passes over home plate between the height of the batter's knees and the level of their back shoulder, will be called a strike. Any other pitch is called a ball. If the batter swings and misses, or hits the ball foul, the pitch is a strike. The umpire keeps count of the number of balls and strikes on each batter. After 3 strikes, the batter is out. After 4 balls, they get a walk. That is, they get a free pat onto base without having to hit the ball. If and when the batter hits the ball into fair territory, they must run. They must drop the bat down and run as fast as possible to first base. They may then run on to further bases if they wish. They must touch each base with their foot as they run past it. Players bat in a pre-arranged order. In mixed games, women and men bat alternately. After the last batter in the order has hit, the first batter comes up again. If the final out in an inning is made by, say, the 4th batter in the order, then the 5th batter will be the first to hit when the team comes in to bat again. Batters keep their place in the batting order, even if they were out last time they batted. Whilst this is happening, the defensive team are trying to get the batter and any other base runners out. There are 3 main ways they can do this. If the batter hits the ball in the air and it is caught on the full by a fielder, then the batter is out on the catch. If a fielder touches a base runner with the ball when the base runner is not stood on a base, then the base runner is out. This is called a tag. A batter or base runner forced to run to a base is out if a fielder holding the ball touches the base before the runner reaches the base. A batter who hits the ball into fair territory is always forced to run to first, so the fielding side can always get a batter out at first by getting the ball to that base before the batter arrives. A runner that starts on first is also forced to run towards second base when the next batter hits the ball. The batter has to run to first base, and only 1 runner per base is allowed, so the runner on 1 has to set off towards second. Force plays can apply at any base. For example, if there are base runners on all 3 bases, then all the runners are forced to run on the next hit, and the fielders could get a force out at any base, including home plate. Runners who are not forced to run, who have another unoccupied base behind them that they could run back to if they wished, can still be out, but they must be tagged out.
It's important to realise that in softball, play can continue after the fielding side record an out. This means that more than one out can be made on a single play, and it also means that other base runners can continue to move around the bases and possibly score, even if the fielding side have made an out. When a batter is caught, any runners on base can run as normal, but if they left their original base before the ball is caught, they must return to that base before they then try to advance. If they do not tag up in this way, the fielding side can get them out. If a fielder holding the ball touches the base before the runner returns to that base, then the runner is out. After the fielding side have got 3 of the batting side out, the 2 sides swap roles. The fielding team come into bat and the batting team goes out to the field. An inning is completed when each team has batted. A full game consists of 7 innings. After 7 innings, the team that has scored the most runs is the winner! There's obviously more to the rules of softball than we've talked about in this video, but we've covered the most important points about how the game is played, and as you start to play the game yourself, you'll learn more of the intricacies of what's actually going on. But hopefully this video will give you a few basics that will allow you to start playing and to have some idea what is actually going on whilst you're playing.